What's up, everybody? Crystal from Kettle Farms. I want to show you how Donald and I kind of organize our seed inventory. We did our inventory the other day, and we have several columns to help us determine like the cost of our seed stash, and it lets us know how old some of our seeds are, so we know, oh well, these seeds we need to go ahead and just plant all of these because they're not going to be viable soon, and some other data that might be useful. And it changes and expands as we go, but I thought maybe it'd be useful to show you guys how we do it, and maybe that's something that you could do as well for your seed inventory, so you know what to buy and what you have and what you need to grow for the next year. So let's check it out. So this is the spreadsheet that Donald and I put together that lets us keep kind of an inventory of our seeds, and I think this is a good idea for everybody to do. Some people probably prefer to do it written. I prefer to do it digitally because I just hate paper clutter. So just to do the quick and dirty review of this, I have everything organized by type of seed. So the first section is our flowers, and then we'll jump down into our herbs, and then we go into vegetables. Now, at some point, I'm going to make these alphabetical. Right now, they're not. They are grouped, like lettuces are grouped together, tomatoes, carrots, beets, chard, cucumbers, melons, squashes, and then those are like winter versus summer squash. Again, I need to work on the names of some of those. And then at the bottom, we have our total seed worth, which automatically calculates based off of what is in our approximate cost column. There's really no, benefit. I call it benefit, but there's really no reason that everybody has to put the approximate cost of their seeds in here. I just prefer to know the value of the seeds that I have from just the seed standpoint, because at some point, if I want to know the value versus what I've planted and have available, and then what I harvest and possibly sell, because then I can kind of take a look at the income versus expenses of what I'm doing. So that's why I keep track of it. I don't currently do income versus expenses, but when I eventually do, I have an idea. That said, we do have our brands. We don't really use this for anything except to make sure that we have the right seed package. And because we keep the packages for as much as we can, this lets us know, if we have two different Pacific Beauty calendulas, or calendula, however you want to say it, we know that the high mowing is from 2018, and we have no date for the burpee seed. So these two, anything, because it's 2021 now, anything that's 2018 or older, we're going to plant all of those seeds this year. Just because, even if we don't need as many as we have, we're going to plant all of them because the seeds are going to start becoming less and less viable. Anything 2019, 2020, or 2021, we'll plant what we need and then hold over the rest until next year. And the next year, the 2019s will all get planted. So it kind of helps us maintain the freshness of our seeds and lets us know, well, this is what we need to get for next year. Now, some of these don't have a date either. It was packaged by hand, or the label got ruined. We put it in a baggie. So we have the ability, and we're going to do that this year. Anything that doesn't have a date at all, we're just planting all of it this year. We're going to have and there's a lot of these that don't have dates because we just did dates this year for the first time. So anything that does not have a date, I even got some that are 2016, 2015, which those are definitely not very good seeds to plant. So we're planting all of those this year. But it was important for us to know the brand because we do have some that are multiple brands and have different dates. So we want to make sure we're getting the right ones that we need to plant. Another thing we do is we do put the approximate amount of seeds. The problem is all of these seed companies measure it different. Some do by seeds, some do by grams, some do by milligrams. It's different. And some we just didn't have, if it's a baggie and it's a lot of seeds, we're like, it's plenty. I'm not even that worried about it. And then I had originally added a column for marking down how much we planted in 2020. I did not use that in 2020, but our garden also died in 2020 due to lack of rain, so it didn't matter anyway. I will probably try to utilize that this year so I know what I've used. Now, it's going to be a little difficult because I won't know, how many grams I've used. I'll know how many of the 100 seeds I've planted, but I won't know grams. What I also like about this is you can actually, I have this first row here frozen. So you can actually right-click on a column and sort it by that particular column. What that's going to do is it's going to group everything, every row by what date is in this column. So now I know that everything from here to all the way down to here, here's our latest 2018, all of these rows, all of this needs to be planted this year. In addition, at the bottom will be all the blank ones. So I'll know everything from here down also has no viable date that we know of, and all of that needs to be planted. So that gives you kind of an idea of how this spreadsheet could be useful for you if that's the method that you want to try.